Hello, YouTube. I have been telling my audiences about the very mysterious, very interesting, and huge territory in Russia called Yakutia, or Republic of Sakha. Mostly about its paranormal phenomena. It's fascinating. From the cauldrons, to the diamonds, to the gigantic birds in the sky, UFOs and USOs. But there's something else I want to tell you today. It has to do with a very interesting holiday pertaining to Yakutia. The national holiday of the Yakut people, Eseach, was the central event of the Russian Geographical Society Festival in the year 2025, in July, month of July. Eseach has analogs in a number of cultures. Perhaps the most familiar one to the people of Russia is the Tatar holiday of Sabantui. However, for the Yakuts, the holiday Eseach celebrates the arrival of summer. And this arrival is filled with a particularly deep mystical meaning and embodies the most important values of the people, with the central theme being the triumph of light over darkness. This is partly due to the harsh climate of the region where the Sakha people live. 3 settlements in Yakutia, the city of Verkhoyansk, the villages of Oymyakon and Tomtor, are considered to be the coldest points in the northern hemisphere. It is easy to understand why the short summer was perceived as a blessing in the distant past. In Yakut mythology, the supreme deity Toyon is personalized representation of the sun. Throughout the centuries, people have cherished their ancestral beliefs and continue to follow the established rituals. The main event of the Eseach festival takes place in a circular arena, symbolically surrounded by a ribbon. A horse tether, or serge, is placed in the center. It symbolizes the world tree which connects the 3 worlds. The lower world, this is the realm of dark forces, the middle world, where humans live, and the upper world, the abode of the Ai gods. Men light incense, and the ritual begins to purify the festival site. The sacred smoke fills the clearing. Girls in white costumes appear on the stage. They perform the sterch dance. It is said that those who witness the dance of white swans, one of the most mesmerizing sights in nature, will be blessed with happiness. It has become a good tradition to hold the Eseach in Moscow, in addition to those held in the Republic of Sakha itself, in Yakutia. Usually, the Kolomenskaya Park in the Russian capital serves as the venue, but in 2025, for the first time in 19 years, the main holiday of the Sakha people has been moved literally under the walls of the Kremlin, thanks to the Russian Geographical Society Festival. Every year, one of the Republic Ulus districts organizes the celebration of the Eseach in Moscow. This year, the honor fell upon the Amginsky district. It is located in the northeast of the central part of Yakutia and is famous for its agriculture, which would seem to be an atypical occupation for these places. However, the fact is that in the north, the wheat fields turn golden in summer. It's a very unusual land, very unusual geography. When the presenter talks about the uniqueness of such a phenomenon on a worldwide scale, 3 nymphs in long, elegant costumes swim onto the stage to the music. They were created by Yakut fashion designer Avgustina Filipova and craftsman Yevdokia Davidova. In addition to their impressive dresses, the three girls have very interesting head dresses, each with its own design. One is adorned with a stylized image of a wild strawberry, another with a wheat spike, and the third with a sardana, the most beautiful flower in Yakutia. The host explains that these are natural symbols of the Amginsky district. Meanwhile, the Algis, an invocation to the higher deities, is about to begin. In literal translation, it means blessing, praise, and prayer. The ritual is performed by a shaman, or more specifically, an Algischit. In the ensuing silence facing east, where the sun rises and goodness comes from, the Algischit addresses the supreme deities, asking for their blessing and prosperity. Finally, he utters the ritual exclamation, Urui Aihal, glory to you, in a loud and clear voice, addressing the Creator. The crowd echoes, Urui Aihal, Aihal Mechil, the shaman exclaims, and the human choir takes up the cry Aihal Mechil, which means joy. When the appeal to the spirits of the upper world is made, the sprinkling of the earth with kumis begins. Kumis. This drink is not only delicious and extremely healthy, but it also has a sacred meaning for the Saha people. It represents the embodiment of strength and abundance. The grace, the horse that provides it is revered as a sacred animal that provides this white grace. Kumis is a traditional fermented dairy product made of the mare milk. The drink is important to the ethnicities of Central and East Asian steppes and people of Yakutia. Kumis is a dairy product similar to kefir, but is produced from a liquid starter culture, in contrast to the solid kefir grains. Because mare's milk contains more sugars than cow's or goat's milk, when fermented kumis has a higher, though still mild, alcohol content compared to kefir, a really popular drink in Asia. It is during the late June and early July, when the grass is bursting with life, that the mares give birth. This means that the people will also have a chance to live. Since ancient times, the horse has been the main helper and sometimes the savior of humans in these harsh lands. The opening ritual concludes with a symbolic meal, where everyone is treated to kumis and pieces of meat. Afterward, guests gather in a circle and perform the Osuhai dance, which symbolizes the sun and human unity through its 9 circles. The festivities continue with various competitions. This include tug of war, carrying a large stone over a distance, and of course, national wrestling. The winners of the competitions were always awarded high honors. The image of the main winner of the ancestral games was symbolically associated with the hero of the epic Olonho. This is one of the masterpieces of the intangible heritage of humanity, and it is so recognized internationally. I read that Olonho epic years ago, and I found reference to the mysterious iron fish lurking in the Arctic waters, and I mentioned it in my other videos. So throughout that Saturday, I think the 19th of July, numerous events related to the history and culture of Yakutia took place at the Russian Geographical Society Festival, Wonders of Russia. Visitors cheered for the participants of the mass wrestling tournament, the same competition involving the pulling of a stick, where both men and women competed. At the workshops, festival guests learned how to make traditional Yakut souvenirs, mastered the technique of a national sewing kebetik, and tried their hand at beading and woolen watercolors. Meanwhile, lectures were held on permafrost and traveling along the Yakut rivers. If I was there, I would present a lecture on the Yakut mythology and paranormal phenomena that has been encountered for ages in the Republic. I would talk about ancient aliens and strange objects embedded in permafrost and so forth. At the main concert venue, artists from the Sakha Republic performed. Even the rain that fell in the evening could not dampen the festive mood of the participants and guests on the penultimate day of the Russian Geographical Society Festival. I hal mechil, as they say, and I will bring you more information about Yakutia, all different aspects that somehow relate to its paranormal phenomena. It's a very interesting land, like I said, and there is much to tell. So I wanted to thank you for your attention to my research. If you like it, you can support through the links you find in the description to this channel. Please subscribe to my channel. Please tell others. Thank you.